Micheal Stets with the Fight Nerd. I'm here at the Church Street Boxing Gym downtown Manhattan with Rob Hinds. Of course, Rob, the MMA, UFC referee, plenty of experience, and you started Combat Consulting. You're here to teach the masses about MMA reffing and judging. So talk about what you've done in getting Combat Consulting going and what you're trying to do and accomplish.
Well, the idea of Combat Consulting was originally to take MMA officials and train them on the current information. It's actually blown up over the last few years with MMA growing as fast as it is, getting officials trained and updated with the newest, latest rules, everything that's going on as far as judging criteria, refereeing, inspectors, and even teaching athletic commissions updated procedures and better ways to do things.
And give us an example of some of the people that attend.
Some of the people that attend are actually athletic commission staff. We've got fighters, trainers, existing officials, new officials, fans, media. I mean, we get everybody that's involved in the MMA community and we educate them.
And how successful has it been thus far? Have you seen and talked to people who have taken the course and put it into action?
Yeah, it's been a great ride. The amount of success out of these trainings has been immense because with every group that we do, they go forward and they educate people on this information and kind of paying it forward and passing the word along. The people that have attended this, there's been a great response. It's really opened a lot of eyes on what MMA regulation really is and really what it's about.
And here in New York, of course, MMA isn't legal yet, but will there be plans to be back in New York?
Definitely back in New York. And this is my first trip with the officials informational seminar. We're coming back and we're going to educate the entire MMA community. And when this thing does become legal, the state's going to be fully ready to go.
And talk about what you think needs to be improved with refereeing and judging, being a current ref and judge in mixed martial arts.
You know, it's consistency. It's knowing the judging criteria. It's knowing how to apply the judging criteria. Differences between a 10-9 and a 10-8 round on the judge's side of things. As far as referees, it's being able to not only know the rules, but explain the rules to the fighters. So when those fights are happening and the referees are warning them and communicating with the fighters, there's a good understanding of what everybody needs to do in their expectations.
And being in a boxing gym like here we are, and also a lot of boxing officials, since the ABC is the head commission for Mixed Martial Arts Unified Rules. Talk a little bit about how it's not really their fault, but a lot of boxing refs and judges are getting thrown in by commissions to try to regulate mixed martial arts.
Yeah, it's not a good thing. It's like an NBA referee. You put them in the NHL on skates, and they start to referee the NHL. One doesn't automatically transfer to the other. In fact, there needs to be a deprogramming and a reprogramming, and that's what we did a little bit here today. We had some boxing people involved, we had some kickboxing people involved, and what we had to do is we had to put all those things from those sports aside and really learn about MMA and what MMA officiating is.
And in the future, do you see what you're doing, more people will grasp onto it? I mean, obviously, I think it's a great thing, and I have, of course, attended the Kansas seminar over the summer, but do you think a lot of people will catch on to this? Have you seen numbers grow?
You know what? It's growing. Every training that we do, the word's getting out there. There's more and more people that are wanting this, craving the information, and that's what it's about. It's training the existing people and getting new blood into the stream to make this sport exactly what it needs to be, and that's consistent.
And lastly, when did the light bulb kind of go off in your head? Obviously, you've trained, you fought professionally before you were a referee, but when did it go off? Like something needs to be done here.
You know, when I saw regulation first coming into play, there were actually rules and weight classes implemented. I found that there needed to be a way to instruct people on how to enforce those rules. And as I was refereeing, there were referees that were coming up, and I would start to coach them a little bit. And I myself have been coached by my peers and mentors. And that's when the bell rang and said, this needs to be widespread and needs to be everywhere.
And lastly, just give us where we can see you, Combat Consulting, on the web, and tell people why it's important for them as an aspiring official or even a fan of the sport, a pro fighter, why it's important for them to get involved and take these courses.
Sure, thank you for that. It's combatconsulting.net. There's also rulesofmma.com. Those are the two websites. My Twitter handle is @HindsMMAReferee, and you can find me on Facebook at Rob Hinds-Combat Consulting LLC. Hit me up on email, Twitter, anything with any questions, any concerns, and the movement is going to continue to go forward. If you decide to jump on the train, I'd be glad to help you.
Thank you very much for a few minutes today, Rob. We love what you're doing. I wish you nothing but continued success, and hopefully this greatly helps and improves the reffing, officiating, and judging in mixed martial arts today.
Always my pleasure, Stets. Thank you very much.
You got it.